thank you for being with us here today. Can you please tell us how social media has impacted conference going?
Well, it's changed it beyond recognition. When we first started developing and growing the ITEFL conferences, we were faced with the challenge of finding large enough space in the UK for everybody to come together for the plenary sessions. And as you know, the conference has grown and grown and grown. About maybe 5 years ago, there was this fundamental change when online social media and online conferencing became very popular and very important to ELT. And I think it was really this change is only, this radical change has only been in place for about 5 years now. It leads to the question of whether you need large spaces to bring everybody together, at least for the dissemination of information. But it's affected not just the way we interact with the speakers, but it's also the way people who come to the conference, who still like that social contact, interact with each other. We often find that people who are better prepared for the conference experience and looking forward to it even more because they've met their fellow Twitterers on their personal, on their PLN and so on. So it has changed quite considerably, both in relation to the way you interact with the speakers and also the way the conference goers relate to each other.
And you've, throughout the years, helped organize many of the conferences, or different conferences. And how has the organization been impacted by social media?
Well, I suppose I've probably made quite sure, well, it didn't really affect me when I was president, which was 1997 to 1999. I dare say that it's affected the presidents after that and the conference committees after that. I mean, in ITEFL there's a very, very good conference committee, one member of which at the very least will be tasked to look after how to ensure the social media. I suppose the very minimum requirement that we have is easy access to Wi-Fi in the conference centre, and that's still not a given, certainly not this side of the Atlantic, and there's still plenty of conferences where I go to where we're never quite sure whether we're going to have blanket internet coverage through Wi-Fi. Things are obviously greatly helped in ITEFL because there's a huge investment both by ITEFL and by the British Council into making it much more accessible, the whole conference much more accessible online. So the whole online experience is a parallel and growing a growing experience for everybody who wants to take part in ITEFL. So above all, the kind of infrastructure, the internet access, Wi-Fi access, it's essential to get that right because ITEFL is growing not just as a conference itself, as a physical conference, but as an online conference, and that's very, very important.